where I've been. Been there one time, been there two times. It's there again.
Welcome, friends and family from near and far, to this beautiful setting as we celebrate the wedding of Carly and Jamie. We come together today to love and support them as they take that leap forward into the future, surrounded by everyone that they love today. So again, welcome. Thank you for being here and for your continual support and encouragement in their decision to get married today. So Carly and Jamie have asked some of their friends and family to choose a reading and then share it with us today. And we will start with Maureen Rogers and Ryan Quinton.
In my search for the perfect reading, I had a few false starts, but I landed on a website called Awesome Wedding Readings. Oops, can you hear? Called Awesome Wedding Readings for Badass Couples. This is called Union. I love you guys. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From the moment of yes to this moment of yes, you've been making promises and agreements in an informal way. All those conversations that were held riding in a car, or over a meal, or during long walks, all those sentences that began with, when we're married, and continued with, I will, you will, we will. Those late night talks that included someday, and somehow, and maybe, I'm getting emotional. And all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All those common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know what? All those things we've promised and hoped and dreamed, well, I meant it all, every word. Look at one another now and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. An acquaintance, a friend, a companion, a lover, and even teacher, for you've learned so much from one another over these last 2 years. Now you will share a few words that take you across the threshold of life, and things will never quite be the same between you. For after these vows, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, and this is my wife.
And we started throwing around some ideas as to what it could be. I suggested maybe a reading of the Iliad. She suggested the Old Testament. We scrapped those. It was not a good starting place. But in thinking about that, I thought that maybe she chose me to be here prepared to read something because I study literature, and my knowledge might, help me in choosing something. And then I realized that everything I read is really bleak from Salinger, from Raise Hyde and Carpenter. And to preface that, I'm going to read some poetry from Sappho, which is actually where the title of this story comes from. It comes from some fragmented wedding poetry. So, Raise Hyde the Roof-beam Carpenters. Like Ares comes the bridegroom, taller than all tall men, happy bridegroom. Now has come thy wedding.
The thing about my sister Jamie has to support a lot of different paths. All wonderful paths. As I've gotten to know Jamie, I have seen a man that knows when to allow for time, allow for space. I've seen a man who knows when to take a different angle to solve a problem. And she was not the woman I know now. The woman that she's become just in the short time that she's known Jamie was not the girl that I knew back then. And I think the most amazing thing about finding this person that you're meant to spend the rest of your life with is not that you're able to check off some things on the checklist you wrote years ago, but it's who you become because of them, who you become with them, and who you push yourself to be for them. And Carly, I don't know what you wrote back then. I don't know the man you described. Honestly, I don't even know if this note existed. I think it did. But I know the man you have today, now, and I know that he is exactly what you would have described. And I know that because of who you are with him and who you two are together. And as I think of advice for you two, as you continue your journey together, cemented further in the active marriage today, I'm reminded of the words of one of my favorite poets, Meatloaf. Some nights you're breathing fire. Some nights you're talking nice. Some nights are like nothing you've ever seen before or will again. And maybe I'm crazy, but it's crazy and it's true. I know you can save me, and no one can save me now but you. So when things get crazy, and you're breathing fire, remember those moments that you never imagined possible. Remember your oval of eternity that you travel together. And just know that together, the two of you can conquer any hell Meatloaf or anyone else can think of. You both are incredible individuals, and I'm just very excited and proud to see what you build and become together as one. And now we're going to continue with two more readings with Dave Ingram and Crystal Ligori.
Carly, there's no way to put into words what you mean to me. Part of the reason is I've always felt love is better expressed through action than words. But even if I could find the language, it would not tell the whole story of what I feel for you. There are no words for the promises I make to you in my mind and my heart every day. You have changed my life in ways I'm only beginning to understand. You've showed me being a good partner requires effort, and that those efforts are life-affirming. You've helped me realize compassion requires selflessness, and that self-compassion is possible in a powerful act of love. You've taught me the dangers of passivity, and you've lifted the weight I've for so long carried in my chest. These facts are only the beginning, though, and when compared to the rest of the whole, simple material, like a balloon before it's been given air. Your friendship, your love, the gratitude I feel today and every day I spend with you aren't made of words or matter. They are buoyant. You are buoyant. And And I promise, in the years and decades ahead, to lift you up as you have lifted me. You sustain me. And maybe the only way I can share what it feels like to be loved by you is to imagine me taking a balloon from the air, removing the rubber shell and holding what's inside. Believe me when I tell you that what remains in my hand, even though you can't see it, has the power to make things float.
Jamie, the day after our first date, I called Madison and told her that I was pretty sure I was in love with you, and that she surprisingly did not oversell you. You were actually just that awesome. I just like to be heard, Notice the two people who have adjusted everyone's microphones would be my brother and I, not that. You were actually everything she had told me you would be. Later, I found out that the two of you had a conversation that afternoon as well, in which you said to her, yeah, I blew it. I don't think she's interested at all, but we'll see what happens. And I would say it is fair to say that both of us have a little bit of reticence when it comes to love and marriage. However, they are manifest in ways that are as different as those conversations were summarizing our first date. I can be dancing inside and appear lukewarm outside. That is my M&M. You can be telling jokes and having everyone in the room laughing, while under the surface, you are preparing yourself for the worst. Ever since that day, however, we have decided to stand up and say yes to each other. And 700 days later, I look at myself and my core and my exterior are now more honest and brave and closely aligned than I ever thought possible in my life, and that is something that we have given each other and helped each other. We absolutely make each other stronger, but we also champion the strength that is inherent to each of us as individuals. I can't also either put into words the amount of respect I have for you, Jamie. It is so monumental, it can only be shown through a lifetime of standing up and saying yes. And I am so ready to work, and I am so ready to play, and I expect you to work, and I expect you to play, because what we have is worth that. And to quote the Runaway Bunny, I will swallow my own heart before I let it escape.
Also, Jamie, do you take Carly to be your wife and lifelong partner in crime? Carly, do you take Jamie to be your husband and lifelong partner in crime? You guys can talk amongst yourselves. Did you notice how Carly turned away? By the power vested in me from the great state of Montana, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. All right, so as you guys start transitioning to the table,
is happy all day. That's the reason that you stay.
He isn't. He's getting out of the shot.
We want to say thank you so much to everyone for making this day and this weekend like way beyond our wildest dreams. I think we're both people that were probably pretty sure like a year ago that we wouldn't have weddings. And weddings are okay. So thank you so much. We want to thank the guys from Up and Smokin'. We want to thank Mike from Phillipsburg Brewing. He's not here, but he made that beer. We want to thank the guys from Burn Street Bistro for making salads. We want to thank our amazing family for setting this up today, which this morning felt like maybe we just should cancel it. And you guys made it so easy and painless, and thank you so much. Janine and Robin are our bartenders. I've never. Thank you so much. We really, I don't know if the Hogues are still here. Oh, they're right there. Yeah, well, whatever. Bob Hogue did more than we paid for by a lot, and we are like so indebted. Thank you so much. And finally, if you can even think about eating cake right now, which you should be. There's cake over there, which Liz Jenkins made for us. She spent the last month sending us samples in the mail, which was awesome. And she is going to be slicing pieces over there. Please start eating. The music is going to start going. Please start dancing. Maybe go for a walk, which that sounds good. But thank you, everyone. We love you all so much. This is incredible. Oh, wait, no, one more. And to our friends, Abby and Chris. There are a lot of really crappy wedding DJs out there. And these aren't Girl Scouts.